Assalamu alaikum. So, when I took my shahada around 4 years ago, it was an accident. How did that happen, you may ask? So at that time, I was in a very confusing mental place and I was having a lot of issues going on at home. And I needed to find a sense and a reason to life, basically to suffering, to everything. And completely randomly, Islamic content started showing up on my feed, both on Instagram and TikTok. I started seeing content that proved all the Western propaganda about Muslim women specifically completely wrong. My family is super open and not racist at all, not Islamophobic, but I was raised 100% non-religious, 100% atheist. I did not even know how religion worked, to be honest. I was 19 at the time. And my family, again, is not Islamophobic, but my mom is pretty much against organized religions, not spirituality, but the use of religion to control people, So we never really had religious talks at home. She's atheist. I was always pulled out of class when we would have religion hour at school. So I really had no idea how religion worked, any religion. But again, Islamic content started showing up, and all the propaganda that I had seen on TV and that I've heard from my classmates and stuff like that was being proven wrong, because the general idea was that Muslim women were oppressed, okay? And I started seeing so many beautiful and happy Muslim women on my feed, just being normal girls, and I got curious. So I started looking into Islam more, but finding information was not easy, to be honest. I don't know if it was a me problem or not, but all the information that I could find online was either using terms that I had no idea what they were, or they were directly in Arabic, and so it was nearly impossible for me to understand what I was trying to understand. And especially around practice itself, prayer and stuff like that, I could not find information for dear life. I would watch some videos on TikTok, but I barely understood what was going on. And so I was very fascinated by Islam, but I did not know how it worked. I did not understand the fundamental things of it. It was this fascinating things that I did not know anything about, but I felt drawn to. And so I did not want to become a religious person. I was pretty much against religion at the time. Again, not spirituality, just like my mom. But I was not very fond of religion itself. And again, I had never, ever believed in a God. The concept of faith was something absolutely foreign to me. But I wanted to learn more. And so at the time, my great grandmother had a woman helping her because she was very old, and so she needed someone to take care of her. And the woman that we hired is Moroccan. She's from Morocco and she's Muslim. And so I decided to ask her if she could explain the basics to me, because I wanted to understand. Obviously, I'm talking about Islam. But the thing is, she doesn't speak much Italian and I speak no darija at all. She didn't speak English, and so the language barrier was there. Okay, we could understand each other, we could have a basic conversation, but long story short, she doesn't have the, again, linguistic tools to explain to me the core of Islam. So what she does, and I'm very grateful for it, she shows me how to pray. She shows me a couple times, and she's not able to translate what the words mean. She just shows me the movement, and she tells me to go there with her and do it with her. She tells me, go wash yourself. I did not know how, so I went to the bathroom and I just washed my face. She told me to wrap a scarf around my head and to wear a long skirt, and I just wore normal clothes, a long skirt that I had and a scarf on my head, and we used her prayer mat horizontally so we could both bow down, and she just told me to mimic what she was doing, basically. And again, I had no idea what was going on. I just listened to this woman speak in a language that I had no clue about. I did not know what she was saying, and I just tried to mimic the movements that she was making. And here is where the misunderstanding happened, because a few days later, she told me that since it was Ramadan, it was Ramadan 2021, I think, 2022. I'll check. Anyways, it was Ramadan and it was close to Laylatul Qadr. So she told me there's gonna be a big party in the mosque, in the masjid, and if you want to come, so you can, feel close to the community, see how it feels, get to know people your age, maybe get to talk to someone who can explain a little better. And that was what I understood. I was gonna go there, observe, and see how it felt. I think she understood that I was gonna revert, and that's where the misunderstanding happened. So we get there we get there before dinner with a friend of hers, another woman. Also, she didn't speak much Italian, so I found myself in a car in the back seat with two women, Moroccan women, just speaking Darija with each other. And driving me to a place I had never been before. It was kind of confusing and a little bit overwhelming because I did not understand anything of what was going on. They hand me some clothes. They hand me an abaya that I still have, and it's still my praying outfit actually, and a big scarf. It's not a hijab actually. It was not a hijab. It was just a big gray scarf. And they told me to just wear it. And so I did my best to wear it. I still did not know how to properly wrap a hijab. And so it was pretty uncomfortable because I made it very, very, very tight around my neck. I did not know I was supposed to wear it for the whole night. We arrive at the masjid. I have no idea what's going on because I thought we were going to go after dinner. So I did not know why we were there before dinner. But again, we did not speak the same language. I did not know how to ask what was going on, and they couldn't have explained it to me. Long story short, we get there, the imam is waiting for me. Probably they told him that I was going to revert. And so he greeted me and he took me to his studio, his office, and he started asking me a bunch of questions about myself, and I did not understand what was going on. I thought he just wanted to get to know me. And so I replied, I answered all his questions, and I only understood what was going on after he said, okay, repeat after me, ashhadu. And I was like, oh my god, what was going on? In that moment, I realized that there had been a misunderstanding. I was not ready to convert. I did not know anything about Islam, and I did not even know if I liked it for real or not, if I just was curious. But I was so nervous. And again, people did not speak my language. I cannot stress this enough. It's so overwhelming when you cannot communicate with the people around you. So I was so nervous and I did not know how to explain myself, and so I just went along with it thinking, okay, well, this does not force me to, still be a part of it after I get out of here. I do this and then I decide for myself. So long story short, then we get to one of these women's house. We have dinner. It's overwhelming. It's delicious, but it's so much food. It's so chaotic. Then we go back to the masjid and it's packed with people to pray Taraweeh. I did not even know what Taraweeh is. I barely knew at the time what Salah was. Barely. And so I find myself in a packed masjid and so many people, so much noise, so many kids screaming. We were so packed, I could not even get up to go to the bathroom if I wanted to. I was hot, I was uncomfortable, my hijab was uncomfortable. If you want a part 2, let me know, because there is much more to this story and I would be happy to share. So let me know if you want a part 2.